It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk.
This episode is brought to you by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Tropical Smoothie Cafe believes you deserve a getaway every day, not just once a year. Summer mocktail smoothies are here for a limited time at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Mocktail hour on the pool deck is a sip away. Nothing says summer like a tropical mocktail smoothie. Fan favorites Island Punch, Mango Berry Cosmo, and Watermelon Mojito smoothies are on deck at Tropical Smoothie Cafe for a limited time. Does it get more refreshing than that? Join Tropical Smoothie Cafe for a pineapple, mango, and watermelon soiree all summer long. Grab a refreshing Island Punch, Mango Berry Cosmo, and Watermelon Mojito mocktail smoothie and meet us poolside. Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo. I'm joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle Herzog.
Hi, Tracey.
Hi, this is episode 273. We're here to talk about Happily Ever After Season 8, Episode 9.
Wow.
Here's the thing. It's late at night.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what's going to happen. This is going to be a wild ride for all of us.
You know what's wild is I saw Angela and Michael in the coming attractions.
Okay. Is it terrible that I'm excited about that?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's because this season needs some life. Also,
what I'm
I can't
saying.
have an episode without Nicole and Mahmood.
Okay. I know, but it's like, did they only film with them for 2 days?
Yeah. Did this poor guy shower yet?
Because this is episode 9. It's going to be
Yeah.
episode 10 next week, and he's going to wear the same clothes.
Right. He just flew in yesterday.
Jeez.
And boy, are his arms tired.
Wow. Okay. Well, if you guys want more of that amazing humor, that just sharp, witty fun, you should listen to Noelle's other podcast, Recycled with Noelle and Michaels. Right now, they're covering Real Housewives of New Jersey season 2. They've covered so many movies, such as hits like Fear and what's the other one?
Crossroads.
By Britney Spears.
I'm going to put a poll in the secret group. So you guys go
Okay.
into the secret group. I'm going to put like 8 movies, and I want you guys to pick the
vote.
next one we're going to cover.
Okay. Well, they're also
And it better be one that I like.
Okay, good. We're also they're going to be covering Mob Wives, so that is going to be really
In June.
exciting.
It's
June
happening.
starts Mob Wives. So guys, make sure you join our Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast so you can listen to that and So Pumped of Vanderpump Rules podcast, Macaroni Rascals, a Jersey Shore podcast, 90 Day Fiancé, The Single Life, and you can catch up on Unexpected Trash Talk because it's coming back.
That's coming back in June too.
So every single season of Unexpected Trash Talk is right there on the Patreon, and it's going to be back in June. So you might want to brush up a little bit.
I had friends over yesterday, and
Yeah.
my friend Chelsea was like, "Oh, so tell me about the podcast. Like, what do you guys cover? Because I know you do Teen Mom, and I know you do 90 Day Fiance, but like,
Right.
what else do you cover?" And then I told her, I was like, "I just named 100 shows to you."
Oh, yeah. No, I did this the other day on Kale's podcast.
Yeah, and she's like, "Is there anything you don't cover? Really?"
Well, apparently there's a ton of things that we don't cover because I get DMs every single day telling me what else I should do.
Saving Sister Wives, 1,000-Pound Sisters,
Right.
all these
It's just
things.
a lot. Every single housewife. Well, guess what? We're jumping into the pool with Emily and Kobe.
Would you look at that? All right, they're walking through the market in the rain.
They are getting ready for the knock door, which is part of the tradition of the marriage.
Right, cute, cool.
They are the groom's parents are going to visit the bride's parents, and the bride's parents cook traditional Cameroonian food.
So I guess Emily is going to be the one to prepare everything.
Emily will cook.
Emily
And-
is like, "Can I just make a meatloaf instead?"
That was so funny. I'm
I
like, that's
know.
Noelle.
Yeah, of course. Because I'd be like, "Don't you guys want to experience like something different?" I mean, that meatloaf, they'd be like, "What the hell is this?"
Well,
But she wants to make meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and apple pie.
guess who else is Cameroonian?
Who?
Joelle from the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, right, your boyfriend.
We broke up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's fine. I found out that he was married. He got married behind my back.
Oh, okay. How long has he been married?
I'm not really sure. It was behind my back. It was pretty quick, and they had a baby, and also they
Oh.
lost. So I'm not really. I
You're
don't
not
wanna be
that
seen
sad.
with him. No, I just don't want to be seen with him.
I wonder if he knows like Kobe. I think
Okay.
that's so
I'm telling you, I
crazy.
feel like how many like Cameroonian stars could there be in this world?
That's
I don't know.
true.
Maybe there's a lot. Guys, go into the group 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk podcast listeners on Facebook and tell
Mhm.
me Tell me what you think. Do you think that Kobe knows him?
Because
see.
don't forget, Kobe's an athlete.
That is true. He is a handballer.
Yeah, right. A professional.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Emily's gonna cook. They go to the market, and Emily is like, yeah, I mean, it's super different. It is nothing is refrigerated, and I'm like, oh, Noelle's very mad.
Here's the thing. Everything's in the danger zone. I'm very upset by this, but this is like, you remember when people were outraged
Yes, about the butcher.
about the butcher, Danielle and Johan?
Mhm.
They were like freaking out. And that's why I was like, that's just how it's like everywhere.
Yes.
Like it's like that all over the place. Like America is the exception, actually.
Yes. So they get some niche items.
No, it looks so good. Cow skin.
They get a little bit of cowhide. They get a little bit of dried fish. So they bring the cowhide in, and this is like
Fear factor.
yeah. So her father's like, oh, it looks like a wet croissant. He thought it was like a chocolate croissant.
I know.
I'm like, oh no. They tell him to smell it.
But don't you just feel like, every single time, every season, it's like, let me show you the gross out stuff.
Yeah, this is part of, there is a little bit of fear factor in 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, let me see if I can freak them out. It's like, oh, wow, cow skin.
I know. She's like, that looks like what we give the dogs. It's like, yeah, it is cowhide. It is. It just is.
No, it literally is, though.
So there you go. So Franca comes over. His sister. She's so nice.
Everybody's so excited. I mean, her and Emily are squealing at each other.
I love it. She's going to give her a cooking lesson, and she brings some chicken feet over.
I know, which is still, but here's the thing. It makes a great chicken stock. I've used chicken feet. Come on.
It does. It also, a lot of people make it in tomato sauce to make.
Yes.
I'm just saying that's also another thing. So now they're making some greens, and they're picking
I want
the
to
leaves
know
of the
about
greens.
this.
I do not know. And then they're making some other greens that are like grassy, fibrous greens.
Right. And she was saying it's like the stuff in an Easter basket.
That was so funny.
And it's like, what is this?
I need to know more. If anyone knows about the Cameroonian culture and cooking and stuff, please go over to the group and let us know what's going on.
She's deboning the fish.
Okay, but I feel like that's like a dangerous
Don't trust me with that. I would be like, sister, you are more
That's a dangerous task for a newbie.
Yeah. Don't trust me. Don't. Cause you know what happened? You and I were out to eat and Tara swallowed a fish bone.
Tara got a fish bone.
I think about that every night.
Wow.
She was so calm about it. She was so easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Which is very funny because Tara is the least easy breezy, beautiful cover girl about usually those kind of things, but I think because we kept her super calm and made it no big deal.
Okay.
I didn't want to say anything. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh yeah, no, that's totally fine that you swallowed a fish bone.
It was a big deal to me.
It was a big deal to me, but we couldn't.
No, but I didn't act like. I'm like, oh, I've done that dozens of times.
Yeah, I'm like, you're like fish bones. That's what I have for dinner. I take fishbone pills. I swallow them every night.
Yum. Yeah, I don't want to be in charge of the fish bones.
No, I understand. She suggests a meatloaf. And you're like, and as she's saying this, I'm like, Noelle's also suggesting this meatloaf.
But yeah, here's the thing though. I would not suggest meatloaf. My mother would suggest meatloaf.
Your mother would be like, hi, we can make maybe like some hamburger steaks.
Yeah, but meatloaf. Do you know how often my mother makes meatloaf?
Every day.
Or stuffed peppers, but her version of stuffed peppers is just meat and peppers.
Right. There's no seasonings.
Well, no, there's tons of seasonings.
There's no binder.
Yes. There's no binder. Also, she likes it when the peppers are still crispy because she likes everything hard.
That's actually disgusting.
Yeah. Who are you telling? She brought them to Thanksgiving and everybody's like, Andrea,
okay, but here's another thing.
This?
If the peppers are still hard, is the meat cooked?
No, I think she cooks the meat.
Oh.
Puts it in the peppers.
So the pepper is really just a vessel.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. She brings meat in pepper bowls.
Yes. It's a pepper bowl.
So then just ignore that it's in a pepper and pour it out onto your plate.
But she eats the pepper.
Well, that's her own problem.
I had an Albanian stuffed pepper. It was delicious. It was cooked so long, so the pepper was like falling apart, and there was potatoes in it.
Ooh, I love
delicious.
Potatoes. Potatoes are one of my favorite tubers.
They're one of my favorite roots.
All right, so okay, Emily's father. Let me tell you something. He plays the game so good.
I like him.
I like him.
He's a goose.
He is. So he has to make a list of what he wants, what he's requesting from Kobe's family.
Right.
so it's a list of things, but it's also the amount of the dowry. So he
Right.
said, so he researched what he's supposed to ask for.
I love that.
He's like, okay, we would like one goat. He's like, you could keep it here and you could have it as a pet or eat it. Thank
Yeah.
you. He's like, I would like a liter of palm oil.
He's like, that sounds good. I know that's how you cook.
He would like an umbrella. He would like a wooden cane. He would like some African shirts, 2 of them.
I love that. This is perfect. I would order this.
This is his Amazon cart.
Yeah.
And Kobe said that he has to put a dowry price in there. And he has to kind of research what it's supposed to be.
And here comes mom.
Okay. Do you think that this is real, that her mother's upset?
Here's the thing. As much as I know you think everything's fake, I do think she has a problem with this.
Okay. So this is what I will tell you. Because everyone was like, what does Tracey think? You know?
Oh, yeah.
You guys, I hear you. I see you. I'm going to answer your
Mhm.
questions. Thanks for the DMs.
Mhm.
So I am also mad about this. But here's the other part of it. You're just playing along to their culture.
But
It's
that's
fine.
so
It's like you're not
that's-
going to change anything by not doing it. You're not going to like change a rule. No one's going to be like, their eyes aren't going to be open because of what you say. So just play the game. And guess what? If you don't like it so much, ask for $1 billion.
Well, so
Boom.
that's the thing. It's like, first of all, just play the game. They're already married. There's kids. Nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's going to
Just
happen.
be like,
It's
I
not.
want $9 million,
In
and
America.
then that's it. You know what I mean? It's like, why do you
Imagine
have
they
to
get
be
it.
so serious about it?
Yeah, just be like, I want a bajillion, million, zillion dollars. Because that's what I would ask for that.
I know you would.
I mean, I asked for $300,000 a week to film in Colombia with no air conditioning.
Oh, well, that is true. And then it like, I don't know. He's like, there's not going to be here's the thing. There's not going to be a wedding, a traditional wedding, if you don't do this. And the mother's
Right.
like,
He's
well,
like, my
we haven't
kids-
decided.
No, too bad. You decided. They're
He's like,
married
we
with
haven't
kids.
decided if it's going to happen. I don't want to compromise my beliefs. It's like, so Kobe compromised his whole life by coming and moving to America. You can't just play the game.
Play the
Stop
game,
being such a stick in the
Mom.
mud.
Unstick your mud. We've been having a lot of fun together, Noelle.
Every day.
I love a mocktail. You love a mocktail.
I live for mocktails.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe believes you deserve a getaway every day, not just once a year. Noelle, you hate traveling.
I don't like traveling. I don't like being far from home.
Yeah, you don't even like the beach.
I really don't like the beach.
Well, you could travel anyway. Summer mocktail smoothies are here for a limited time at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Mocktail hour on the pool deck is just a sip away. You don't have to get on a plane.
If I don't have to get on a plane, I'm here for it.
And also, if it's delicious, nothing says summer like a tropical mocktail smoothie. Fan favorites Island Punch, Mango Berry Cosmo, and Watermelon Mojito smoothies are on deck at Tropical Smoothie Cafe, only for a limited time, though.
A watermelon mojito sounds so like bright and refreshing.
Okay, do you want to hear the notes in it?
Of course I do.
Okay, well, watermelon mojito smoothie is watermelon, mint, strawberries, and lime.
That is so for me.
Okay, Island Punch smoothie is peach, guava, passion fruit, my favorite, mango, and pineapple.
That's for you.
Mango Berry Cosmo smoothie is mango, strawberries, cranberry, and lime.
Zesty.
It is so delicious. So we have been going to the one in Farmingdale.
I'm going there tomorrow too.
I know you are. Which one were you going to try tomorrow?
I think tomorrow I'm going to try the watermelon mojito, but I was thinking there's also the avocalada, which sounds really fun too. So it's like, I don't know. I think I'm going to get one and make Mac get one. And then we can like switch off.
They have smoothies. They have tropic bowls. They have wraps and flatbreads.
Well, maybe I want lunch too.
They have so much stuff. They have acai bowls.
I've always wanted to try one.
I know you really have.
I know. I've been saying that forever. I'm like, I don't understand, but this looks fun.
Well, one bite of tropical bowls from Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and you'll instantly feel like you're cabinside.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait until you get to go.
I can't wait till I go. I'm going to take pictures.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm really just interested to see if you like the Avo one.
I am too, because I think it looks fun. I'm trying to get some more like vegetables.
Yeah.
So why not try it out? There's kale, there's spinach, there's avocado. It's going to be delicious.
Well, grab a refreshing Island Punch, Mango Berry Cosmo, and Watermelon Mojito smoothie from Tropical Smoothie Cafe and meet us poolside.
Okay. Speaking of stuck in mud.
Let's talk about Sophie and Rob.
Okay. Now, you been following what's going on online too? I'm just curious.
I haven't. I just follow what you tell me with your mouth. And you
Okay.
told me some of that.
Her mom just got arrested.
Right.
Yeah.
Why did her mom get arrested? It said for like disturbing.
So it's for like a terroristic threat
Yes.
against family, which I'm not really sure what that means, but she posted like a video of Rob like being verbally
Super.
abusive
Yes.
towards Sophie. And Sophie, of course, comes in and she's like, defends Rob.
Yeah. She's like,
tooth
my
and
mother is
nail.
mentally ill. And it's like,
Right.
okay, cool. But guess what? That's a real video.
Right. It doesn't change what Rob was doing. So sure,
Yes.
she might have been wrong, quote unquote, for posting it.
But it did happen.
Right. So now she got arrested, held on $5,000 bail.
Oh,
Could you imagine you can't make $5,000 bail? Now I'm not shaming.
Maybe she is
here.
getting, but maybe she's getting just because that's what they posted the bail doesn't mean no one bailed her out.
No, she was in
Oh.
jail. Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody bailed her out.
Oh,
Right.
well, R.I.P.
Yeah.
So they have a new car. They're in like a truck.
That's so funny. I didn't even notice that.
You remember
Okay.
they used to be in that little like
Yeah, of course.
not Porsche, but
yeah,
not
like
a
a
Porsche.
Porsche. Yeah.
So she's like, you know, I checked the car for the phone, but I had to leave it alone. It's a house phone.
And she's just like, she has all this resentment and but she doesn't want to fight with him about the phone because she just doesn't know.
Noelle, it was the house phone.
It just was a house phone.
It was just the house phone. She's like, I couldn't find the house phone in the car. So then she says, they go to this therapist.
And she's also mad they're going to therapy because she
Right.
doesn't think she has to go.
Sure. So she calls it a hoe phone, and it's like, it's a home phone.
I don't know what it is. To be honest with you, they don't have a home phone though, do they?
Noelle, your cell phone doesn't have an answering machine that goes public in your house.
Right. But
It just doesn't.
she would know if there was a house phone though.
Would she?
Of course she would. A landline? Of course she would know.
Yeah, she would
lives
know. And
there.
she does know because it rang and she heard the answering machine.
Yeah, but she says that that's not it. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
so how did that
there
happen?
can't be a house phone. There's something happening, but I need to know more. And of course, she can't be clear about it.
Right. She's never clear about anything.
Maybe they'll talk about it on like their tell-all.
Okay. So they met 4.5 years ago.
She was
33.
like 18. Yeah.
Yes. And he's 33 and she's 24. Hello.
And she just turned 24 too. Because
Mhm.
last season it was like she's 23.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So like they were talking when she was like,
She was 18.
she was too young.
Mhm.
She was too young. She just was. She's
Yep.
not on the same level as him.
So he's upset because she forgot how old he was. She was off by a year.
Who cares?
Like, but maybe it's because I look so young. Yes, that's what it is.
The thing is, it's like he has a Kanye West thing on his lip. Have you noticed?
No, I still
okay.
haven't noticed. All right,
No. He didn't have. Okay, he didn't have it, but now he has it again. And while he's talking, it's getting stuck on his tooth. I could vomit.
Oh, okay. Well, guess what? They're having
What?
trust issues because he online cheated on her.
I am so tired of the storyline.
She won't sleep with him. He wanted her to dress up in costumes and maybe a
Right.
maid outfit. And you know what? I
What?
think I figured this out. He's like, it wasn't because I wanted her to be a maid. And it's like, it literally was because you wanted her to be a maid. You wanted her to clean the house. That was
Right.
your fantasy. Your
Right.
fantasy was that she wiped the countertops
Yeah, can
and
relate.
stopped using so much toilet paper.
Relatable.
So apparently he likes bodybuilder women and he flips out.
Okay,
He's like, they are fitness models.
But the thing is, he gets so mad and then he starts cursing, and everybody's trying to like the therapist is like, "Hey, can you stop?" And he
he
just
said that
keeps
she
going.
makes him look crazy. And it's like, no, I think you make you look crazy.
You make you look crazy.
He's super combative with the therapist. And she said that he even saves the photos of the girl. And he said it's for his own inspo.
Yeah, well, I have seen his ass shots on Reddit.
Wow. So he wants to be with her, though. And she said that he doesn't compliment her.
Right. All he'll be like is, "You look nice." You
Okay. So
look
she's like,
nice."
okay, fine. Do it now.
But
It's
like,
so organic.
I hate this.
So he says, quote, I want to take you home and do some things to you.
Wow, it's so sexual.
He's like, I want you to do things when we get home. And most of it is cleaning up after
Mhm.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I wrote that list?
Mm-hmm. Most of it is using less toilet paper. And also stop hanging out in the bathroom for hours.
Right. He said that it was very difficult for him to say that. She's like, it was? And he's like, okay, but also like you have this beautiful butt, and I love when your booty bounces. Okay, Rob, relax.
And he's basically like, I love your big butt. Look at that booty tonight. It's like
The
gross.
therapist is like, hey, I wish I was dead. Please
No, the
stop.
therapist is like, can I get in on this? I think she's interested in being part of this throuple.
Oh, interesting. And then Sophie's like, oh my God, you do love me. I will dress up as a bunny. And then they hug and they kiss.
But
and everything's
nothing
fine.
happened. Yeah, I felt like they were gonna have a threesome right there. The therapist was like staring at them.
And Sophie's like, I'm mad at Rob because he thinks that I'm bisexual.
Right. Oh God.
Well, guess what? Speaking of therapy, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
I love BetterHelp.
Noelle, we all carry around different stressors, big and small. And when we keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us negatively.
Isn't that the truth?
Therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and to figure out how to work through whatever is weighing you down, just like we saw in this episode.
That's true.
We have both benefited from therapy, Noelle and I, and
Mhm.
it's helped us really learn some positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It has empowered us to be the best versions of ourselves. And it isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. That's the truth.
So I had my girlfriends over last night and we
Yes.
were talking about therapy and I told them all about BetterHelp. And I'm like, guys, everybody can benefit from therapy. Whether you've been through something major or not, you should all try it.
That's so true. If you're thinking of
Mhm.
starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Done it.
Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/fiance today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/fiance.
Do
All
it.
right. Well, we're moving on to Lauren and Alexi. You don't
Okay.
like this.
Okay. So I have to tell you, I didn't watch it. I just listened to this.
Okay.
Because when I did look, she had 100 gaps in her skin.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yes.
I actually can't
Okay.
watch
They
this.
peeled back her skin and showed us everything. Like, I mean, I can't believe they showed us.
Well, there was a warning. That's why I knew not to
I know,
watch.
but it's just like it was a lot even for a warning. I mean, listen, for me, it's just a day's work. I don't know if everyone knows, but I have been training to right now I am a board uncertified plastic surgeon, specializing in corrective surgery and reconstruction, working primarily on patients that have been botched by other plastic surgeons and just reconstructing what there is and correcting the problems to make them lead healthier and just more relaxing lives.
It's funny because people still don't understand what you do. They're like, Tracey, can I get a boob job?
Yeah, it's like,
They just
no,
don't
you can't get a boob
it.
job. No, you can't. Listen, if you had a problem with your boob job, I can fix it.
Right. Could you have done her tummy tuck because
I
she
could-
had problems?
Right, but that wasn't a
It
problem.
wasn't
from a surgery.
botched though. Yeah.
Right. Here's the thing. Can I do it skill wise? Yes. Can I do it based on what I've, geared my practice towards? No.
It's funny because little does everybody know I'm a tattoo artist now.
Noelle has been tattooing. This is something that I really will suggest. Noelle and I were recently involved in a project where they asked us what our best advice would be.
Yes.
To, younger people. And my advice was, if you want to be a doctor, just be a doctor. You don't have to go to school. Just start doing surgery. Like, why? You have to get yourself out there. You learn so little in school and you learn so much more on the job.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, Noelle, for example.
Yeah.
You were a bartender, right?
Yeah.
And you also taught bartending school.
I did.
Don't you think you learn so much easier when you're just working as a bartender? Like, you don't really have to go to the bartending school.
The only thing you learn in bartending school is like basic things, like what types of drinks goes in certain types of glasses or whatever. But the only way you learn to be fast and to
is by doing it.
Is to do it.
Right. But also every single restaurant has a different standard too.
Well, that's absolutely true.
So I just think that that's kind of like being a doctor. It's like you can go to medical school, right? You could waste your time, you could waste your money, or you could just start doing surgeries and learn alongside the best. I mean, I have a team that has been helping me like crazy.
I know, because the other day you text me and you said
Paul
that
and Terry
Paul was concerned about my
Oh
Wasn't
yeah,
it?
he wanted to know the
I almost
results.
said my C-section.
No, he wanted to know the results of your CAT scan.
Yeah, you were like, because Paul really wants to know.
Terry was asking too. Yeah, and they were like, "Wow, look at her,
Look
squeaky
at
clean
her,
kidneys."
squeaky clean. And guess what? I have been ODing on coffee ever since
Because you
then.
don't care anymore.
They're not going to be squeaky clean for
Yeah,
that much
you
longer.
threw caution to the wind.
I did.
Well, guys, I just want to let you know that I am a board uncertified plastic surgeon, and I can walk you through exactly what was going on here.
Okay. I am so glad I didn't watch it because now that you said it was even more graphic than I figured, the only thing I saw was pink fat in a tube, and I'm like, well, I've had enough.
It was a lot more than that.
Okay.
So, they were sewing her muscles back together. Her muscles had separated a little bit, so they were doing something that was going to make her feel like she had an internal corset.
Oh, I know.
Nice. Okay. In the meantime, Alexi is in the waiting room, and Lauren had ordered food to come for when she got out of surgery, and I'm like, "That's me."
Just for herself, though. She's not like, "Hey, my husband's here."
No, she was like, "I am." She's like, "If my husband wants to order food, he can order food. I have to order from the grave."
That's crazy. I would have ordered him
From
like a
beyond.
burrito. I think she got sushi.
Oh, I thought she got toast.
No, he said that he's like, so what? I'm going to be stuck eating toast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this was very graphic. This was a 6-hour surgery, but she is okay, and she's in the recovery room, and we see her shaking. She's pale. This is upsetting. I do not like this. This is the hardest part of my job.
Well, when my friend had her C-section, this was exactly what she was like afterwards.
Yes.
The shaking and the cold.
Right. But that's the thing. It's like, that is the hardest part. Like, I do well when a patient is under anesthesia and I'm doing surgery and I'm cutting and I'm cauterizing and I'm, but wow, I get really upset when I see them in recovery.
You know what I don't like? Unpopular opinion here.
Yeah.
A lot of people think the funniest thing in the whole world is like videos of people just getting their wisdom teeth pulled and then they're all fucked up.
Nope.
Like,
that gives me anxiety.
I don't like watching it at all.
I'm telling you, this is what I struggle with when I do surgeries.
So people are watching this and they're like, she's like, am I snatched? And people think it's like so funny. And I'm like, oh, I'm very scared of all of this.
I'm very scared. It gives me a lot of anxiety.
Me too.
Because you're like, oh, she doesn't feel good at all. And she's scared.
Right. Well, that's the thing. And it's like, and here's the thing. She's still numb.
Yes. So they're going to be staying in a hotel, and Lauren's mom and Alexi's dad are taking care of the kids. Do you think that this is going to be an April Butch situation?
Yeah, I think they're going to hook up.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Like, good for them. You know, after all this surgery stress, they need a nut.
Wow, Noelle. Okay, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we do have another podcast called Teen Mom Trash Talk. It's entirely free and available wherever you listen to podcasts. And in it, Kate and Tyler, who've been married for many years with 25 kids, their parents were also together. It was Caitlin's mom and Tyler's dad. So
that's not how they met either. Which is the craziest part.
Right. So now she keeps saying, I did it. You're going to this hotel. And he's like, I'm going to have to wipe her butt and everything. Can we hire a nurse for like 2 days?
Well, she has a nurse. Her name is Angela. Angela's going to be coming and showing him how to use the breathing machine. Remember?
I know, but that's like a visiting nurse service stop-in. That's not an overnight nurse.
No, but then he is going to go back to the house with the kids after this, and then she's going to be at the hotel with a nurse. She said that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. Speaking of nurses, let's talk about Manuel and Ashley.
I like watch this.
This is upsetting. Like, I'm getting angry at her.
I'm getting angry at her. It's like before I used to think maybe she has a point, but now I'm like, oh.
Well, here's the thing. She had a point until she didn't.
So
he's going to go meet his friend for a beer.
Yeah.
Jonathan. I have never seen a couple get so many people involved in their relationship like Ashley and Manuel do.
But also it's like
everyone is a mediator for them.
I will say though, she really speaks Spanish. Like, good for her. She is not like, what did he say? Do we need a translator?
Right.
It's like she speaks to his family and his friends fully in Spanish. That's
absolutely
awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to be training with her.
Okay.
I'm going to be teaching her more of the language.
Okay. You're going to be teaching her more of the language. You're going to teach her about surgery. Okay.
Well, she's not a doctor. She's a witch.
You are. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So she said that he's been acting like a child. And it's like, no, you've been treating him like a child. He said that when he goes out, she'll be like, oh, really? Let me see. Share your location. Send me a picture.
So that's what I mean. And then he's like,
Where, pray tell, do you think he's going? If he
Right.
says that he's going to meet up with Jonathan for a beer, where do you think he's going?
He has to send you a picture.
Shut
Do you think
up.
that like there's nothing wrong with Manuel, but do you think everywhere he goes, women are like tits
Yes.
out?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, I know. I know how you feel about him personally. So yes.
I like Manuel.
No, I know.
I think that he picks the wrong time to be so sarcastic, and that's
Sure.
what triggers her.
Well, that is apparently. So I've been talking to our friend and producer and editor, Nikki Clips.
uh-huh.
And Nick has family from Ecuador. And
Mhm.
he said that his family from Ecuador has watched Manuel and said this is a typical Ecuadorian
Okay.
sense of humor.
Okay.
Yeah. That
And
is
she
what he
just
said.
doesn't get it. She's very, very sensitive. I feel like I want to know more about her past to understand.
Something happens. Yes.
Yes.
So now he's doing the thing that I like to do.
What
It's
thing?
easier to ask forgiveness than permission. That's what he's doing right now.
That is something you very much like doing.
I believe in it
yes.
all the way.
Uh-huh.
So Jonathan asked about trust, and Manuel walks away. She's
Mhm.
crying. She walks away. He said that she will never understand. She'll never take accountability for herself. And he wants an apology. And she's like, she does a very typical 90 Day Fiance. She does the I'm done dance.
Right.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You know what it is? It's like I agree with him because he's like, basically like, I know you, I've
Mhm.
been with you for so long. Like, this is exactly how you're gonna react. So like,
So I don't tell
right,
you.
even though he's wrong, he's right.
Yes.
But she doesn't.
But
she
then
doesn't
why did
take
you guys
any-
get married?
But
That's
she doesn't take any accountability because I think he
Nothing.
thought like she was a little more chill. Not that she's ever been chill, but I
Right.
just feel like now that they're married, she's accelerated this.
Right.
Like I'm surprised she's just not like, let's just go in the bathroom stall and make up already.
Right.
You know, like she just won't let this go.
Well, speaking of the bathroom, let's talk about Liz and Ed.
This was very sad. See, this made me sad.
Also, she has human footprints on her ankle tattoo.
Oh, were they Riley's? Like how big? Show me with your
No,
hands.
I mean like big, like if a lizard had human feet.
I don't even understand what that means.
like mouse sized.
Maybe Riley was
She was
a preemie.
She was born in 2 weeks.
She was born a chameleon.
Oh God.
People aren't gonna like that.
Riley the gecko. No wonder she couldn't have spicy taco pasta.
That's why she can't digest the carbs. Lizards don't eat carbs.
They also don't eat chili powder. That's crazy. Even though they are from a lot of places that love chili powder.
I need to see this tattoo now.
It's just little human footprints on her ankle. Maybe that's where Jesus carried her.
Her ankle?
There were only 2 sets of footprints.
Oh,
and then there was 2 sets, and then there was one.
God, I had that fucking thing hanging up in my house growing up. It was like
just-
over one of my doorways.
Yeah, I think it was in my aunt's house. And I'm
yeah.
like,
We had that.
yeah. That's when Jesus gave you a piggyback ride.
Right. Great. And that's the tattoo she has.
Yeah, she has. She's like, do you remember when Jesus gave you a piggyback ride? And I'm like, no. And she's like, look at my ankle. And I'm like, oh.
Say
I
no
do.
more, fam.
So Ed left her. They're meeting at this coffee shop.
It's been 5 days.
Right. But she said this is like so much more of an appropriate venue to cry in public in. What's the difference?
So before he didn't give her enough notice and she couldn't get childcare. But the
Right.
problem was the bar. Right.
She was mad about the eagle's nest or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Pig's ass. Something.
He's in a dirty tank top that has cut off sleeves that shows a beautiful side boob.
Oh, it's wonderful.
She's like, yeah, but I just want to be with him.
She doesn't know. I have to tell you, he has brainwashed her so bad to
Yeah,
think
this
that
is very
she
bad.
needs him very bad. And it makes
Well,
me
she said
so
that she
sad.
doesn't even know what she'll do if this is really the end. He said that he was looking for an excuse.
Of course he was. She says that he always looks for excuses.
Right. So then, hello.
Right. He says that they've both been in bad marriages and he wouldn't want it to end in a divorce. And that's ultimately what he saw happening. So, yes, he is right,
Mhm.
but she is just So sad. She's sad. She's embarrassed that he had to find out. She had to find out from his friend, the officiant, and he wants to be single. And she's crying that he's going to find someone else. It's so sad. It makes
Yeah.
me sad.
No, I know. This is extremely triggering. So he's like, I want to be single.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you're going to find someone else. And he said that he will always be. She's like, you're going to be so much better to someone else. He's like, no, I won't.
Okay, thank you for noticing that, Ed, because we know that you won't. We saw how you were to Rose. We
Mhm.
saw how you were to everyone. But like, okay, I get this and I felt this in my soul, and I know you did too. She said, you're going to be the best version of
Mhm.
yourself, and it's not going to be with me. I've put in so much
Yes.
time and I helped make you into this.
Mhm.
This is, I'm telling you, I fully
Yes.
have felt this before.
Yes.
I have made you into this
Yes.
gem of a partner.
Yes.
And now you're going to leave me to be this with someone else?
Well, guess what?
Yes.
Don't ever
But
stay
he's-
with someone because that's what you think, because that's not true.
Oh, but also, he's never going to be that gem of a person. Right. He is always going to be a bad person.
Well, he's crying. She's crying. She's wiping her snot on her hands. Can we get a tissue for this girl?
No, I know.
All right. Well, he said that he fell out of love with her. And they're talking about this in the confessional sitting next to each other. I'm like, they
Oh.
couldn't do private confessionals?
Okay, so I wrote, I can't believe that after all these people break up, they make them sit in a confessional together and relive all the good times, and then they have to go through the breakup and they're all crying in the confessional.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So they started this and they were talking about all the good times, and now we got to the breakup.
Right?
This is
And now
awful.
And now she ends up single.
Tracy, what is that?
It's her
What is
teeth, right?
that?
She got her teeth done wrong or something.
I don't know. I have to tell you, her
she
teeth
always-
don't look that new.
Did she always have this?
She must have, and I didn't notice, but I noticed a lot this episode.
Yeah, she was single now.
Yeah, very single. He's gonna kiss other girls.
No, I know. I'm like, okay, well, let him kiss them. Speaking of kissing other girls, let's talk about Gino and Jasmine.
Now this can't be real.
Okay, so they're on their way to Barbizon.
Yeah, Barbizon.
And she said that she has body image issues, but she meets the other girls in the staff. This is a what
I don't know.
I can't really I want to explain it to you guys for anyone who hasn't seen it, but there's no way for me to explain it. So just watch this.
Yeah.
And they start off with taking questions.
And it's like, okay, so these girls that are there, do they also work there and they're taking the class? Like,
I don't
what
know.
is
Well,
this?
Dallas is 44 and tells her not to worry about her alopecia. She's like, you don't even know. But some of us, wink, are wearing wigs.
Oh, I
and
know.
extensions and clip-ins. And tells her not to worry, and then just gives this speech where that's a meme strung with a meme strung with a meme.
know.
Okay. And then they're like, okay, the second minute of the class is doing runway walks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jasmine looks like she is walking down what's that called when you walk down the thing on the pirate ship?
The plank.
She's walking the plank.
Right. I wrote
at
she's on a highway
gunpoint.
to hell.
Yes, at gunpoint. And they're like, this is amazing.
Yeah. They're like, I've never seen anything better.
They're like, well, good thing we rented this very small conference room for 10 minutes because this is going to change everything.
This is like Josh's job, like Single Life Josh.
Oh,
this is his modeling agency.
100%.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, we go back to the Airbnb and she's going to make some Jasmine Ritas. Now, Noelle, as a former bartender extraordinaire and bartending teacher, let's talk about the ratios in this amazing frozen margarita, or as we like to call them, Jasmine Ritas.
So she puts ice and tequila, end of list.
Yes.
It's just ice and tequila.
This is tequila on the rocks with crushed rocks. This is tequila on the sand.
So first of all, she's pouring it. There's no slush.
There's
because it can't.
You can't slush.
You can't
just
freeze.
alcohol.
It's just alcohol. Where's the lime?
It's a Jasmine Rita.
Okay, I don't want this because
I want the
I know what
marga.
it tastes like.
¿Dónde está the marga?
I want a virgin margarita.
Okay, you know that's my jam.
I know it is.
It's called lime juice.
You would be like, can I have a cup of lime juice and sour mix?
You could salt it if you want.
You would take a shot of a lemon packet.
Yeah, I love them.
I know you are very acidic. You're an
I'm
acidic
so
girl.
acidic.
You are so acidic.
Yeah, when everyone at Applebee's used to drink alcohol during work in a kid's cup, I'd be like, Noelle, I would like sour mix with a splash of seltzer.
God, that was so funny. And you really would.
I'm like, this is delicious. Actually, you know what? Let's water it down a little bit more with a little bit more seltzer.
And put some fresh lime. You have the fresh lime, not
It's
Rose's lime. Give me the fresh lime.
No, I don't like roses. Roses is very bitter.
I like roses sometimes. It has a place.
Sure, but it's not in my kids' cup at Applebee's.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
I'm trying to get wasted. All right, so they're at this Airbnb.
Yeah, and
And
he's gonna cook too.
He's gonna cook, and Leandro comes, and Gino's getting very good at Espanol, and he says, "Leandro, you got the comida."
He's trying.
All right, so they tell him about the class, and he asks if she's going to be in the pageant. Okay, they don't live in Miami.
Right. So how is she going to be in the pageant?
Is she going to be in the Zoom pageant?
I thought she was just taking a Barbizon class.
Me too. And then he's like, "Oh, you actually can't be in the pageant because I'm going to get you pregnant, and then you would have to drop out." And she's like, "Oh my God, actually, I don't want to have your baby." He's like, "Ever?" She's like, "Maybe. Bye."
But she's like, I like that she's like, well, he's being really loving and caring and supporting now. So I don't want to tell him I don't want to have a kid because he's going to stop all that.
Yeah.
What a dream.
What a nice little match made in
And then he's
heaven.
like, I'm going to bed. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. And she's like, "Okay, bye."
Right. And it's like, all right, well, you guys were just on live together the other day. So you can do this still.
You're going to do it. Not only can you are going to.
I can't believe how much Thais bothers me.
Okay, well, this wasn't a really great edit of her, or this wasn't a great scene of her.
No, this is who she is. You just
Okay,
don't want to see it.
All right. Well, she doesn't understand why he didn't want to ask her father then and there for her hands in marriage and his blessing.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Why would he?
So they're fighting. They're fighting.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh my God, John just got here. Let me drop you off at the house and let me go to John's and never come back." And she's
Right.
like, "What?" And then she's like pretending that she's leaving the dog in the
dog,
lobby.
yeah.
And she's like, "It's my birthday and you're going to stay with John." And he's like, "What? I can't hear you."
But it's also like, here's the thing. It's nighttime. It's dark. You guys have been together all day. You were sweating in the park all day. He's got a peg leg. Let him go see his brother for a little bit. Also, because you're so much of a bitch, you wouldn't let his brother stay at the same place as you guys. He has to get a hotel elsewhere.
Well, guess what, Noelle? It's 11:11. Make a wish.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like
Okay.
you're pushing too hard. Okay. Well, guys,
I'm
that
crowning.
is what happened.
Listen, that's what happened. I don't really have anything else to say about this episode.
There's nothing else to say about this episode. But if you guys have something else to say about this episode, go over to Facebook and join our group, 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk, and we can talk about it. Make sure you answer the questions and don't be weird. But also make sure you join our Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast. You can follow the podcast at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Everything podcast related and my stand-up comedy tour dates are at tracycarnazzo.com. And please leave us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on whatever you listen to us on. We also have a YouTube Trash Talk podcast. Go over there and subscribe there, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye forever.
Bye.